Welcome to the HR Happy Hour Work Break. You are here with Trish and Steve. Hey, Steve Bose.
Hey, Trish McFarland. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm great. I feel like $80. Not quite
$80.
100 today.
Well, that's okay. That's pretty good for a Monday. $80. I'll take that, right?
Yeah, it was Monday all day. Every bit. It's cold and gray here today. It was a struggle today, a little bit.
Was it?
A little bit, yeah.
You know what? I didn't feel like it was bad. It was just there was a lot going on, which is why I'm doing this with you so late. I just finally realized oh my goodness, it's sort of the end of the day. So
yeah,
end of day break.
I didn't think about this until just now, and I'll have to Google it later. But there's a day that's sort of designated as the most depressing day of the year.
And you think it's today?
It's right around now. It's mid-January for sure. I can't remember exactly. And they've done some research about, okay, the holidays are over. Right. The weather's kind of crappy, at least in a lot of the Northern Hemisphere places, right? And they've determined that, okay, this is when it's the holidays are over and it's pretty far to the next holiday, whenever that is, who knows when that is, or the next break, right. And it's just, yeah, it's this week probably. If I had a bet on it, I'll have to look that up. But,
yeah, look that up. Look it up. I stayed in today. I stayed in and then built a fire.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't leave my house all day. I did nothing other than than work. But it was kind of cold and gray. Sun's coming out tomorrow, though, I'm told. So I look forward to that. Trish, I have a very important couple of updates for Work Break listeners, viewers, regulars.
Please bring them on.
A Scrapple update, Trish. I don't know if you recall on the Friday show, I talked about how my Instacart shopper swapped out my Taylor ham, which is what I ordered, or also known as pork roll. I call it Taylor ham, a South Jersey Philly delicacy, which is yummy and delicious and perfect. Okay. They swapped that out for something called Scrapple, which I had never seen before or heard of before. And it was another pork product of more dubious origin and dubious ingredients, including pork hearts and pork face, maybe.
Isn't that good for iron, maybe?
It might be good for something, but at any rate, on Saturday morning, Trish, I cooked up said Scrapple, and two things about the Scrapple, and I think I screwed it up. So I defrosted the Scrapple. It arrived to my possession frozen. I thought it'd be easier to handle if it was not frozen solid, but just cold. So I had it in the refrigerator overnight. But the next morning it had thawed some. I was still able to slice it into about quarter-inch, half-inch thick slice, third of an inch thick slices, which as per package instructions. Threw them on a pretty hot frying pan or hot griddle, tried to sear them off. That was my strategy. I was basically cooking them like you cook a piece of ham or a piece of Spam, which I also like. Anyway, Trish, when I flipped the Scrapple over, slices of Scrapple, they began to disintegrate immediately. Oh. They broke up into lots of little pieces, kind of like sausage out of the casing. I'm getting the smell from the Scrapple, which is indeterminate, and it smelled a little bit more like breakfast sausage, maybe, and less like ham.
Indeterminate. Okay,
so that's fine. Okay, this is a unique product with a unique smell. I continued to cook it up just to try to cook it through, and just because honestly, the list of ingredients, there's no way I wanted to attempt any of that stuff uncooked or raw.
Right.
So, cooked it all the way through, browned it on all sides, blah, 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 right? Took it off the heat, let it sit for a second. I'm like, all right, let's try this. Took a small bite. All right, it's different. It's weird. The smell's starting to get to me. I took another little bite. And then, Trish, I was done. I checked out on the Scrapple. I couldn't handle it. That's unusual for me. So I like all kinds of pork products. Very few things I will not eat that no, I'm not eating that. There's just no way.
And that made the list?
That is on my list. So for the folks in Philly who like the Scrapple, you're tougher than I am, or you have I think the term it's an acquired taste might have been invented for this product because
it could be.
It was very, very rough. And so I probably lost the rest of the Scrapple after the show. So that's my Scrapple update.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you tried it. You probably need to let Instacart know you don't want to pay for that because you didn't order it.
But, I will have to make an adjustment.
Wow. Hey, I did something good this weekend.
Okay.
So I had a sister night with my sister, and we decided to watch old movies. So we watched Grease 2 and Say Anything. It was like a classic. If you're, I was class of 89. So that was like a story of class of 88. So, a little after your time, but still, you might relate to some of that stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember much about Grease 2, I must admit.
But anyway, no, the reason I was going to tell you is because you and Madeline always have these great drink recipes or whatever. And so she and I tried to make a few drinks, and I found one that I love. I'm going to share with you. So it's sort of along the lines of like a White Russian, but it was called cinnamon buns. And it just takes a little bit of ice with 3 parts of rum chata to like 2 parts of Kahlua and a little splash of cream.
Just what everybody has on hand in their bar area.
I did.
Kahlua
I actually
rum chata.
You got to have rum chata around. Oh my God.
Okay, fair enough.
Rum chata is good in coffee, on the rocks, whatever. So anyway, yeah. So cinnamon buns, super easy. I don't know how Kahlua, coffee flavored liqueur turns into cinnamon buns, but man, it did. It was just outstanding. So
good breakfast drink.
Yeah. So that's my contribution. It was way better than Scrapple apparently because cinnamon buns.
That's funny. You mentioned cocktails and cocktail recipes. We did not talk before this show for more than a minute or so. We did not talk about what we were going to talk about. In my hand, I'm holding a little cocktail recipe fold-out guide. I needed a couple of supplies in the house, and one of the things I ordered, which I did not have, despite as much as we talk about cocktails on the show, was a proper cocktail shaker. I used to have one. I don't know what happened. I lost it in the move. And I was shaking up my cocktails in basically like one of those Yeti tumblers where I had to put my thumb over the opening on the top, right? It's just awful. Like, I can't be doing this. Like, I'm an adult male, I know. So I ordered like a little simple, cocktail shaker set, which came with a bunch of cocktail recipes. The funniest thing about the cocktail recipes, though, is they actually spelled the word cocktail incorrectly on every recipe. There's a typo. They spelled it cockatil, Cockatil on every one of them. And then one of the drinks, I don't remember which one is now. They call it, this one here, they call it a caipirinha, and it's basically rum with lime and juice and a little bit of sugar, which doesn't even feel like a drink. That just is like rum and ice and a splash of lime. Shouldn't even have a name, but easy to make. So, maybe I'll have to make one of these for the next Friday.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Your cockatiels. Maybe that's why they're called that.
The funny thing is it's spelled, there's 27 cocktail recipes here. It's spelled wrong on every one. I guess nobody proofed that.
I can't. Oh, I'm so glad we took a work break. People are probably already all right, I'm checking out. She's lost it. But
can I have one important update though?
One more, and then yes, we're gonna go for the day.
We're optimistic this year is going to be better than last year. Vaccines are slowly starting to roll out. We are. We need to be.
Okay.
We're off to a sluggish start. But
we're off to a really shitty
start. We're optimistic things are going to get better. At least where I live, senior citizens are now in line to get vaccines, and it's going to start going down. Blah 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 blah. Trish, is why I say this: HR Tech, the HR Tech conference, which had to be a virtual conference last year, is slated for the late September of 2021. We launched today, Trish. The request for speaking proposals on the portal at hrtechconference.com went live today.
Oh, shoot. Okay. How long do we have to apply? Because I need to get one in.
That's a super question. A while. You've got some time. We just launched today. I don't remember the exact date. We're taking it down. It's on the website. A couple of months, probably.
A couple of months. Okay. All right. That's fair.
Trish, by the end of September, we're going to be able to have the event back in Las Vegas. Maybe it'll be different. Maybe it'll be smaller. Maybe it'll be whatever. But we're gunning for that. Requests for proposals are out. I encourage folks to check that out. So we're excited to get that out there and today.
I didn't know you were going to mention that. I have my Las Vegas cup.
There you go.
I got the last time I was at HR Tech.
Cheers.
Last year. What? 2 years?
2019. Yeah.
2019. Hey, one other thing. Can you just mention really quick? Because I know you have more details than I do, but you're also having a spring event, virtual event, right? With a lot of vendor, I believe, content. So where can people find information about that as well?
It's all on the same website, hrtechconference.com. All the information about the spring event and how you can get involved in that and in that process, as well as the RFP for the fall event, which went live today. So it's all at hrtechconference.com.
Good. And our friend Jean is running that one. So kudos and shout out to Jean. Maybe we can talk to her on a future podcast or something and get information about the spring event, because I know that's kind of a feeder for the fall. So yeah, this is exciting stuff. Good deal. All right. Well, hey, thanks everyone for joining us, for spending your Monday afternoon and early evening with us. We love it when you do. Please continue to send us your ideas and comments, and we will see you back here tomorrow.